people.
All right, guys, listen, I want you guys now to take a look at this video. It's Occupy. The Occupy movement, they come back like zombies. Check a look at them. The Occupy movement marches on Dan Loeb's home. This is during a fundraiser for New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo. Now, let me tell you, listen, there are rules in war. And going to someone's house, you cross the line. It's a serious line. To me, it points to the kind of arrogance that has characterized Operation or Occupy movement since it began. And it's really thuggish, it's anarchist stuff, and it's a shakedown. Jessica Tarloff, I'm going to go to you on this. I mean, you don't go to somebody's house. They did this before, scaring children, scaring families. I mean, this is despicable stuff in my mind.
It's no doubt rude, but it's effective. I mean, we're talking about it now, and you referenced the Occupy movement, which a lot of people said, oh, this is no big deal. But look at it. I mean, 6 years later,
next time they should shoot some windows out. We'll talk about it more.
No. Charles, what I'm saying is they're bringing up real issues. Andrew Cuomo has essentially turned his back on the unions, and for a lot of good reasons. I am not necessarily the most pro-union Democrat there is, but what they're raising important issues, and they're getting heard, and I think that they have accomplished exactly what they set out to do.
Let's peek. I don't know what they tried to do. I know that they've been largely a failure. The irony is, when they initially started, they had the ear of the world, and I think they could have gone in a different direction. But they let the anarchists take over. They let the unions take over.
Exactly right.
I don't know if the movement was pure. If it was, it's been hijacked since then.
Oh, I think it was hijacked from the start. I mean, basically, you had a motley crew of people yelling and screaming and making a mess of, you know, parts of New York City, in particular other cities around the world, and people were offended by that. And gradually they lost their following for just this sort of thing.
Louis? I mean, you make a lot of money, you're in the stock market, you're well known, you might be the kind of guy that they'll target next.
That's fine.
You okay with them coming to your house?
I have a gate. They can't get in through.
Oh,
you don't want them there.
Got a little 8-pound Yorkie dog. It'll scare them off, you know? Actually, no, they can't get to my house because Joe Biden's brother lives down the street and always blocks the traffic.
Okay.
We got all this.
You got the Secret Service, yeah.
Yeah, we got this motorcade. They can't get near us.
Well, maybe if you're lucky, you won't have that after November of next year. Jessica, but the reality, though, is that, you know, listen, the notion that somehow, again, that Wall Street is at the center of all the world's problems, and that unions are somehow the you know, the savior, the coming around the corner. I don't know that anyone's buying that anymore.
I don't think they are. I think 2016 is not going to be a great year for the unions, and I think that they're holding on to whatever power they may still have, and what's slipping away rapidly as Democrats are turning their backs on them for reasons like, I mean, what Andrew Cuomo gave a speech in January where he said the unions, the teachers union specifically, no longer speaks for the students, and that is what they should be doing, making sure that we have the highest quality education, which I feel comes in the form of charter schools, you know, religious institutions, public schools, private schools.
You're going to have to be careful. You may lose your Democrat card before the night is over.
No. I love Hillary. We can go back to that if you want.
Where do Democrats get money from, though? Because they've always had this sort of incestuous relationship with unions. Last go-round, unions went into hock. I mean, they borrowed money on top of the millions that they poured into these political campaigns.
Well, Wall Street is going to give, I believe, Hillary a lot of money. I think that they know that at the end of the day, she's a centrist. You know, she says that she's going to add more banking regulations, but she's not going to go as far as maybe it seems. She certainly wouldn't do what a Bernie Sanders is going to do. And the unions, I think that they're going to have to change their tune if they want to remain powerful in the future.
I don't know. I know that everyone tries to reassure those giant Wall Street donors, hey, don't worry, Hillary's just saying this. But I don't know if she can say this, be elected, and then govern that way.
She's a Clinton. I mean, she's not going to govern like Bernie Sanders.
She's a Clinton, but you know what? The Democratic Party is tacked completely to the left, and it's not Bernie Sanders. It's a woman on the cover of the Time magazine right now. Elizabeth Warren is like the puppeteer, and I'm telling you right now, there's no way in the world, if Hillary is elected, that she will govern any other way than the way that Elizabeth Warren wants her to govern.
I'm not completely sure of that. Elizabeth Warren is hugely powerful, and I think, you know, that might have been part of her calculus for not running for president, that she's going to have more sway staying in the Senate, being on the banking committee, which I think is probably a smart move if she's after, you know, beating down the banks.
Well,
but I think that Hillary Clinton has more backbone than you think, and you're going to see a lot more of that.
We'll see. She's a professional politician. Thanks a lot, Jessica Tarloff. You were fantastic. Charles. We'll see you later.